spirits from the other world.
What's up, everybody?
Spirits from the other world.
Stream now. Goddamn, bruh. It's so nice out. It's raining. Made myself some iced coffee, iced latte. It's Hatch Gamma. Y'all are wondering, it's this one. Oh, thick. I'm gonna mute my monitors because I don't really. It's gonna feedback if I don't. But anyway, whoa, yes sir. I need to get myself a new mic. Not gonna lie, just something that I could hang on the side. Maybe could I get a boom mic, like a microphone stand. Stand desk. I don't know what it's called, but oh, there you go. It's like a boom arm. No, goddamn, they're kind of pricey, no? These ones like $40. Insane. Oh, also I gotta buy strings for my mom's guitar. Oh man, Spitfire audio, dude. What have I been doing lately? Oh, just learning espresso a lot and just how to like get it done. It's more in the puck prep rather than just the timing and all. So it's a bit annoying, but it's a bit annoying, but whatever.
Spirits from the other world.
Dude, I miss being back home, not gonna lie. But whatever. What is everybody up to? I've just been streaming Twitter, or like just looking at Twitter a lot lately. A lot of shit has been happening, not gonna lie. Oh, I've been catching up on the war thing going on in Iran. That shit's insane, bro. It's kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to give an opinion about it, but it's weird. Like on one side, you got the Iranian civilians being persecuted by the government, and the other one is like basically trying to like not blow up civilians from the on the Iranian side. It's kind of crazy. A lot of people are backing the your leaders. Just odd, bro. Like he's not a good person. As much as most of the leaders aren't good people, those people from Iran, like the leaders, the governments they have, as much as they were retaliating back, they're not also very nice people. They're very bad people. But yeah, war is brutal. Nobody wins in war, unfortunately. But yeah, well, they did do that just to save the people, mainly, which is a good thing. Like if I was in Iran and I was like getting my ass blasted by the government just for protesting, and getting my friends and relatives getting gunned down on the streets, I would highly support blasting the government, like literally. But aside from that, it's an insane thing that's going on. I'm supporting neither, cause fuck that. Uh, Wait, is this the same chick? Oh god, it is. Anyway, I'm gonna show you guys this. This thing has been ongoing for quite a while. It's by this year though. A female esports player and her boyfriend who helped her cheat in the tournament by playing for her instead have been sentenced for 6 months in prison. Thai courts said their actions harm both the integrity of esports and the country's reputation. Yeah, so there was like this. I think it was. I'm not sure if it was like Mobile Legends or something. I think it was ML, like Mobile Legends. Um, let's read it. I think it's Mobile Legends. Yeah, so she is the girlfriend of this guy, Cheerio, and she's part of PSG. Damn. Oh, Arena of Valor. My bad. So they participated in the Sea Games. The scandal stems from the Women's Arena of Valor event at the Sea Games, where officials are noticed suspicious gameplay during a match. Yeah, they were trying to grab her phone, if I remember correctly. They were trying to grab her phone on stage because they were playing on stage, and I think that's when they found out she was like trying to delete some shit. And when she got caught, where she was trying to hide it at first, she tried playing and she's outright sucked. I'm just baffled. Like, why not just get tips from your boyfriend instead, right? Like that's what I would do if I had my girl who is a professional player, and I'm also a professional player, and she sucks at the game and she wants to get better, and I'm definitely the better player. Then I'm gonna give advice because you're just helping someone else, not play for them, because that's gonna lead into some serious things like this one, which is fucked. Like now they have to go to jail for it. The cheating was uncovered mid-competition, leading to Warasin. Yeah, I also saw the post of their captain of the team for the esports group, and that she was really working hard for for the team to get into the Sea Games, and they were like really trying to like grind it out really well, and they were probably scrimmings and all of that, and they still lost. They still found this cheater and ruined the reputation of the whole team. Authorities later arrested both individuals, seizing devices and chat logs that detailed how the plan was executed. Yeah, esports cheaters get sentence reduced by judge. Ooh, lucky. The court issued a 6-month prison for both defendants. Reduced to 3? Yeah, that's fucked. 6 months is nothing for what they did. And I remember they owed a lot of money. They owed a lot of money and
Okay, wait.
let's see, Tokyo Girl cheating Sea Games. Oh yeah, it's a pretty big story. Oh, the full story of Thai esports athlete Tokyo Girl. It's Tokyo Girl, not girl. That's kind of funny. Esports athlete. Thai esports athlete expelled is a stretch. Yeah, I watched this video from Mujin. That's the one that I saw. Oh, not this shit again, bro. Yeah. Wonder. Oh, also that fucking the new game that came out. I forgot what it's called. It's they call it the lesbian medieval game. Let's look it up. Lesbian medieval game. That's what they call it. Even the people who support it. The Lesbian Knight medieval action combat game 1348X Voto launched today with only 400 players. Dude, I saw this in the PlayStation event, and I thought it was like, oh, I thought it was gonna be big. I was like, it looks cool. Like this shot is dope. And then I saw the trailer and I saw some of the videos of the gameplay, and it looked like ass. It looked like ass apparently. So yeah, so this is the breakdown. Ugly characters, terrible story, janky combat, horrible animation, full of the modern agenda. I thought this was a dude. I didn't expect she was a girl. Thought it was a dude, like a young prior knight type thing. You know those types, right? The monk type thing. I thought it was gonna be like that or something. But yeah, that suffered really badly. Spoiler alert, I owe you guys an apology. Your game ends with lesbians trying to kill each other. Most realistic LGBTQ game ever. Yikes. Anyway, let's watch this trailer.
Justify
Okay, I'm gonna mute my music real quick and then probably like this is too loud.
the means. Every deed has a price. In times such as this, folk feel abandoned by
Oh
their
god,
fellows,
it looks so jank.
abandoned by
Like what?
folk feel abandoned by
How can okay. That looks like a claymore. That looks like a claymore, no? Yeah, it looks like a claymore. Even the hilt. Even the hilt looks like a claymore. How do you single wield a claymore, bro? When you're like, I don't know, you're like 50 kilos or something. You don't single. You're not this chick from Claymore, like the anime series. She's like, okay, spoiler alert. I mean, it's not a spoiler, but she's not a human. She's a like a hybrid demon thing. And this chick looks like a normal person, I think. But how can you single hand a claymore? Claymores are dual wield. Like, well, I mean, you hold it with two hands. You don't just single wield claymores, or like
folk
single handedly wield it.
by their fellows,
That's crazy.
abandoned by God. Wrong.
I mean, I guess you can swing it with one hand with like a long swing, but the weight of it.
And vengeance thrive.
I mean, that's a more accurate like sword, I guess.
Wherever you are,
Or is it just using one sword?
Bianca,
Tusca blade.
this I vow.
This game looks weird,
I will
bro.
not fail.
Looks boring too. It also they own the same like sword animations, and it's not as. I mean, most action games are like that, but this one is just bad.
This bloodshed, this suffering must end.
I don't know what to feel about this game personally, though. I'm not gonna buy it, obviously, because Crimson Desert is coming out. Well, it already came out, but I'm buying it probably this weekend. Oh yeah, there's another medieval game that's coming out. Italian lesbian. Yeah, that's rough, bro. Does she even play the game? Because a lot of these people, like, they try to like fight for this game to be good or something, but the numbers doesn't show, like the number of players. 1348x Voto. Steam charts. Like the amount of players, there's only 44 in game, my guy. There's barely any people. Like, what's a medieval game? I don't know. I don't really play medieval games, but like 44 people in your game doesn't look good. That is horrible. Yeah, just clinging on to the lesbian thing just to sell is not good. I don't like that kind of narrative. But apparently the voice actress for is the voice actress for 1348 for the main character is a actual he's from Baldur's Gate apparently. Let's confirm that. 1348 ex voto cast. Jennifer English as Bianca. I think she is Elden Ring. She is Shadowheart in Baldur's Gate 3. Carlotta in Withering Waves and Mael. Oh, she was Mael. Fuck. He's really good. They got one of the best. But having a really good voice actor doesn't really translate to a good game. Unfortunately. Especially if it's an action driven game. Damn, that's rough, bro. That's super rough. What is this? It's a post by Sudleo Games, probably the producer. Yeah, they're the game studio. We've been following your feedback and reviews closely. The first of all, we want to humbly thank you for the time and attention you've dedicated to our tiny project. Your constructive feedback is incredibly valuable to God, I can't read. And we want you to know that we're hard at work improving the game in the ways that you have suggested. So far, our main focus have been addressing critical bugs, some of which you'll find fixed in the patch. We just released on PS5 and PC. Before that, our top priorities are beyond that, our top priorities are improving performance across all platforms, adding more polish and to key aspects of the game, and continuing bug fixing like the subtitle being too small on some screens and more. I think that's barely the problem too. Creating our first game has been a journey and started with nothing but passion and curiosity. And it is within the same passion that our small team is taking in your feedback. With your help and support, we'll keep doing our best to deliver something you'll hope you'll enjoy. Yeah, that's rough, buddy. That's rough, buddy. That's a cool promo shot, not gonna lie. But aside from that, bad game. That's kind of sad, bro. That's just sad. Ex voto. I don't know, bruh. 1348 X voto versus. I forgot the name of the other game, the other medieval. Knight something. No, Knight's Path. This is the one that I'm intrigued. Knight's Path. Oh, there we go. Knight's Path is an indie action RPG, story-driven, low fantasy, small open world game. This is coming out soon. Dude, look at that graphics, bro. Look at that graphic. It's not actually pretty bad. That's actually pretty good. Like the light, the lighting and the shadow when it's walking with the sun, and ooh, look at that, bro. Ooh, look at how the thing reflects in the armor. It looks so good, bro. I don't really like medieval games, not gonna lie. But I'm willing to give it a shot if it's in PS5 though. Or I'm just gonna go buy Crimson Desert. I'm also thinking of Crimson Desert a lot. I don't know if I'll buy it right now. I'm still very curious about it though. 77 on Metacritic. Oof, rough. The thing is, I'm not really a big fan of open world games that involves a lot of. I don't know. I kind of like it in some ways, but I'm iffy about it. Not gonna lie. New combat gameplay for Crimson Desert. It's a AAA game, that's for sure. I just don't know if it's for me. I'm not the type of person who's fallen in love with medieval games. Although funny enough, I do like Path of Exile, and I did like Diablo 4. I know Diablo 4 is not a good game. Apparently, there's a lot of different factors to it, but I like it. It's I like the how grim dark it is, kind of like 40k, well basically kind of like Warhammer, and that's aspect. But overall, I like that game. It's a good game. It's not a bad game. Like the numbers show, like Diablo for Steam charts. How many people are playing right now? 13,000 in game. That's insane, bro. That's only Steam, by the way. There's also a lot of I play it on console. I play it on Xbox, which is yeah. Well, let's see here. I'm gonna look for a game that I want to play because I just downloaded Seven Deadly Sins. That one was pretty tight. Although my PlayStation crashed, which kind of like fucked me a little bit. There's a Scott Pilgrim game. Interesting. It's another pixel side scroller. Hold on, let me mute my TV. I want to play Pragmata. That's the one that I really want to play. I'm actually gonna I might pre-order that just because I wanna see what it looks like, or like play a really good game now. Because I didn't play Resident Evil Requiem because I'm too much of a bitch to do that. I can't be bothered. I don't know about what I feel about Marathon. Marathon is yeah, and you need online for PS, which sucks. This is the one thing that I hate about PlayStation is that, oh god, I really need to get a PC, like a proper PC, because Steam games when they go on sale is insane. Yeah, you know what? Let's look at PC. I'm thinking of buying a built, like a already pre-built PC already, like a gaming desktop, because RAMs right now are way too pricey. Oh fuck! I think they also went up in price too. But yeah, you know what? Like, okay, 32 gigs of RAM, Ryzen 7, AMD Ryzen 7 A700F, 5060 is actually not bad for 1.9. This one is also pretty good. Asus Tough D500, 16 gigs of RAM. I'm not heavily into. Oh, the RTX 3050 is rough though, buddy. Rough. I'd rather just go push with this, but it's Intel. Ooh, I like Intel, bro. I think overall this is the best deal, but don't have enough money for that shit, bro. Plus, I'm actually streaming on a MacBook, which I don't like, but I have to find a way to like get a PC. This is probably the best option so far. I'm also gonna ask my buddy if it's worth for this one, because it looks actually pretty nice. Like look at the fans, the clear fans. I'm gonna watch a let's look up a video of it online. Because okay, to be fair, oh that looks pretty, bro. That looks pretty. Unboxing. It's 1819, so I can. That's a little rough. I guess I could just, yeah. Gotta upgrade the paraphernalia too. Gotta get a new, better monitor for it too. I mean, my TV can have one more connection towards it, but having my own specific monitor for it would be nice. So, because I'm currently on a 32-inch TV, so I wanted to get like two 27 inches and just spread it out. It's really the best approach. Yeah, it looks really cool, dude. This PC is not bad. Like, I'm not a PC type of guy, but like with the specs that it's running and the way it looks, it's pretty nice for me. Like, it's decent enough. Like, honestly, the 5060 is not bad for like what I'm trying to like play anyway. I'm not gonna render anything on it, so it's not gonna be too bad. I'm just only gonna be playing games. Probably do some recordings on it. Depends. But then again, freaking Mac Mini is cheaper. Like a Mac Mini is 10 times cheaper, but it's a Mac Mini. It's a Mac. That's the problem. Oof, I wanted to check this out. Wait, let's hear it out real quick. Hopefully he plays like something funky.
Holy fretless. Maybe there's something.
It's a hollow body fretless bass. I have a fretless. Just need it to get set up. I'm thinking of buying next week some strings from Ernie Ball.
Comes strung with 45 to 100.
I need it on flats.
Stereo passing. All right, turn that guy down. Just the bridge. All right, now let's just hear the piezo. And I'm going to turn the tone for the piezo all the way up. It doesn't feel like it has a flat, so I think it's just a treble cut. So we're going to turn it all the way up. That sounds pretty awesome.
I don't know what I feel about that sound, not gonna lie. Piezo only. Piezo? Ooh, that sounds nice. Oh, it is a misnote, but it's fine. Part of the process. Dude, I've wanted a Glockenlang, not gonna lie. Neck pickup. I don't want to buy an upright, because if I buy an upright, it's going to be a huge fucking commitment, man. It's a huge commitment to buy an upright, and you ditched Fender for it. Yeah, I don't like Fender, not gonna lie. I'd rather buy a Michael or an Atelier Z. What is this? Yeah, I've been following bricks a lot. In Justin, IAEA chief says a lot of Iran's nuclear program has survived. Huh, crazy. Justin, Prime Minister Netanyahu says Jesus Christ has no advantage over Genghis Khan. If you are strong enough, ruthless enough, and powerful enough, evil will overcome good. Weird thing to say, but okay. Justin, FIFA finds Israel Football Association indiscrimination case filed by the Palestinian football. Really? Huh, interesting. U.S. authorities sale and delivery of Russian oil loaded on vessels as of March. Oh, so there is Russian oil going to the U.S. Huh. I'm alive and you're all witnesses. That's crazy. Justin, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu says Iran can no longer build missiles. They just launched a new wave of missiles. I don't know about that. That's weird, man. Canada says it's ready to help ensure safe passage. Ooh, let's go, baby. Canada for the win. Let's retweet that, baby. Canada. U.S. continues to bomb Iranian naval ships. Oof, that's rough, baby. Justin, at least 16 U.S. military aircrafts have been destroyed in Iran conflict, including 10 Reaper drones. God damn. Huh. What is a Reaper drone anyway? Reaper, is it the one that looks like a? Yeah, it's this one. These are expensive, and these aren't like the suicide drones. These are like, they have to combat type drones. They're very pricey. Justin, Russia condemns Israel's airstrike that injured a media crew from its state-run RT in Lebanon. Says it was not accidental. They'll probably try to bury some shit. Japanese reporter, why didn't you tell us before starting war with Iran? President, we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? Yo, that's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up, bro. Yo, wait.
Okay, why wanted surprise? Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay, why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?
Oh, she's so uncomfortable about that message, bro. She was so uncomfortable. Look at the change in posture. Look. She was like, smile.
Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?
Ooh.
Anybody about surprise in Japan? Okay, why?
Like the change in demeanor and her posture says a lot, dude. That shit's not comfortable. Okay, Justin, President Trump says he told Prime Minister Netanyahu not to strike Iranian gas fields. We're independent, we get along great. On occasion, he'll do something I don't like. Huh, fair. I mean, that's still fucked up, but fair. Justin, Iranian Foreign Minister Aragchi issued a statement on Iran's recent attacks on energy infrastructure in the region. Our response to Israel's attack on our infrastructure employed fraction of our power. Really? Huh. The only reason for restraint was respect for requested. Really? Huh, interesting. Wasn't expecting that, but yeah, sure. Just in Chief Mark Rutte supports U.S. Israeli attacks. Interesting. But they're having disagreements with NATO recently. And it's on my birthday too. What the U.S. is doing at the moment is degrading the capability of Iran, and I think that's very important. Interesting side. Like, these are like very interesting takes. Smoke rises from oil refineries in Haifa, Israel, following Iranian ballistic missile attack. Yep, we're getting attacked. Iran strikes Israel's largest oil refinery. Oh, they struck their refinery. So that's there we go. They're just too far, which is good. Stay far. Don't get too close on missiles. That's very bad for you. Qatar calls for the U.S., Israel, and Iran to immediately end the war. Fair. UK, France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, and Japan say they are ready to help ensure safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz. That's nice. Treasury Secretary Bassett says U.S. may unsanction Iranian oil on tankers to lower prices. Huh.
Temporary, and I want to emphasize temporary choke point there. And there was 130 million barrels of floating storage. In the coming days, we may unsanction the Iranian oil that's on the water. It's about 140 million barrels. So depending on how you count it, that's 10 days to 2 weeks of supply that the Iranians had been pushing out. That would have all gone to China. In essence, we will be using the Iranian barrels against the Iranians to keep the price down for the next 10 or 14 days as we continue this campaign. So we have lots of levers. We've got plenty more that we can do. The largest coordinated SPR release in history, 400 million barrels, was approved.
Okay. Moving on. Justin, this is 5 hours ago. Qatar may declare force majeure on LNG contracts for up to 5 years. Huh, interesting. Anyway. Yeah, my Twitter is a goon fest, bro. It's crazy. CS is still the #1 game. Yeah, 70 Deadly Sins is up there right now. That's crazy. Rust. There's a lot of people playing Arc Raiders still. That's insane. Geometry Dash. Marvel Rivals. Monster Hunters 3. Wet Passion is crazy, bro. Scritchy Scratchy? This is a scratch card game. Crazy. Battlefield has fallen off, dude. That's rough. Crimson Desert. Interesting. Impossible Precision.
Hey everybody, I'm Rick B.
Oh, wait. Where is where I saw him post a video about he was doing a video. He posted a video on Charlie Puth. I wanted to watch that one. But yeah, Jack Gardner's insane player. Oh, so Canada is gonna assist. Huh. Alberta proposes sweeping restrictions to Maine. I just want a day. I don't remember that scene. Sample 1, sample 5. Interesting. Hey, I want to check out that video. Where was it? This one.
Broken Symbols.
I've also been playing a lot of this deck. This is the Sultai Arisen Precon from Tarkir. It's become one of my favorite decks because I've been playing a lot of the Heart Hull Precon from what was it called again? Edge of Eternity. Sorry, yeah. So it has a lot of graveyard recursion, a lot of sack outlets, and all that. So Sultai Arisen with this commander Teval is the same kind of thing. Like a lot of land recursion, a lot of sack things, and flashbacks. A lot of exile lists. Delve is a big mechanic too. But yeah, I'm trying to fix this deck and see where a good direction is to go to, like, because it only makes. I think the biggest strength of this deck is it making a lot of tokens. And it makes a lot of tokens pretty fast with all the land recursion that it has, but not as fast as Heart Hull. Heart Hull is still faster, but it's a different beast compared to this one. Although I did add one card and only one card. I added, where is it? It was quite an expensive card right now, but I bought it for cheap last year, and I haven't gotten into this deck for like a long time. But oh yeah, there you go. Ripples of Undeath. This card was pretty pricey when right now even when I got it was like $10, and then I never let go of it. It was at a convention, like a F2F event in Vancouver. How much is Ripples of Undeath right now? Oh, it's like $6. Huh. I think I overpaid for it then. Well, sucks to suck. Yes, they're still selling for it. It's a Modern Horizons card, but it's really good. It's insanely good. Anyway, I want to watch this while I'll just play around with my deck.
Wrecking my drum kit. Orange juice. All of that stuff adds up to not only be the worst drum I've ever recorded, but hold your band back from making a sick song. Hey,
Whoa.
What's up? I just woke up. I stayed at the studio last night because I am 2 full lengths deep, working on an EP right now. Also doing another full length remotely with this band CF98 from Poland, and a couple straggler single mixes. So it was a late night. I'm just waking up. I got my coffee, so let me drink some of this and then tell you the most horrific drum story of all time. But real quick, yeah, if you haven't seen the other video, it's got like 300,000 views, and every single person is commenting saying, why didn't you have an amp attenuator? If that's the worst person you ever recorded, then you got a great career, blah, 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 blah. Brother, this is YouTube. I can't tell you the really bad stuff that could put me in jail or the person in jail. PG-13. But with that being said, being in jail, this story...
PG-13? What do you mean, bro? I mean, we're already here. Just might as well just go all out.
Story kind of has a little bit to do with that. So wait till the end for that. I've never seen this happen before. So anyway, this was 10 years ago. So I was 21. I just moved back into my parents' house. Really struggling to make this a full-time thing. I was still touring in bands, driving for Uber, recording bands, booking shows, doing the whole thing. So, you know, if a band hit me up and were like, hey, we got $150 for you to produce our song and mix it and master it and record all our parts, I would just say hell yeah, let the band in and get cruising and try my best so that hopefully one day it could grow into something like this. A studio in a 1-car garage. We got a pool and a hot tub out back, and I got an apartment outside of this. So anyway, there I was, 21 years old, recording in my parents' basement still. When they went away on vacation, I renovated their entire basement myself, carrying all the sheetrock down in the basement. 60 pounds. I was 60 pounds, carrying that sheetrock down in the basement. I built the room to have a control room and a live room, and it ended up being too small, so I had to flip the rooms. Putting 7 dudes trying to make it in the music industry into one small control room half the size is not the move. So anyway, my friend's band hit me up. I knew the guitarist already. We had actually played some shows together, and we had tried to start some bands together at some point. It just never really panned out. He was like, yo, I got this metalcore band. You're the freaking dude to record our band. He probably just didn't have a lot of money to go to somebody better when I was 21. So anyway, I knew the one dude in the band. I didn't know anybody else in the band. And it's pretty normal for the band members to not ride together, especially as a local band, showing up at different times to the studio. So I got a text from my buddy. He was like, yo, my drummer's at your house early. Just go out and get him set up and whatever. So I go outside. He shows up First thing I see, ripped cymbal bag, pretty normal for a local band. I start helping bring his gear in, say what's up to him, ask him the general questions. How long you been playing? Who are your favorite drummers? What are your favorite bands? So he says he loves Christian metal, and I totally get it. I love For Today and, you know, adjacent bands like that. I'm not super religious, but the songs are sick. But as I'm carrying a cymbal bag down to the studio, I take a little gander.
Hold on, give me a sec.
And I see all the cymbals.
Is that in the stone? I think that's in the stone. Beneath. Earth and fire. Yeah, it was in Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Are like starter pack cymbals, which is fine, but they were all cracked. So not recording quality, and my first thought in my brain was like, oh great, he has to use my cymbals, which, like, again, I'm recording bands for $150 a pop, or $100 a pop, whatever, at the time. I can't afford to keep buying new cymbals. I'd have to record like 1,000 bands to get a set of a custom cymbals at that point. But anyway, whatever, you know, I'm still on the come up. I'm happy to let him use my cymbals so that the song can turn out better. So we start setting up. He's using my shells, my cymbals, my stands. He's using his own kick pedal, which is cool. I don't remember if he brought his own snare. If he did, it was probably just some like Yamaha starter kit snare, some metal snare or something. But anyway, we set him up and he's like, could I start jamming? I was like, oh, why don't we wait till the band gets here? They're about to be here. Maybe we'll chill for a little bit, get some food, and then get into it so we can really just lock in and make a sick song. Eventually, the rest of his bandmates get there and we're chilling, we're talking. I say what's up to everybody. Everybody seems to have really nice instruments and really knows what's up. Seems like besides the drummer. And then we're like, yo, why don't we just send somebody out to do a 7-Eleven run real quick, get some snacks for the day before we really get into this thing. And I'm loading up the demo at the same time. And we're asking everybody in the room, what do they want? This part doesn't have to do with the worst drummer, just like a weird thing. But I asked the drummer, I was like, yo, what do you want? You know, from the control room as he's setting up in the live room. He's like, just get me an orange juice. And me joking around, I'm like, any brands? You know, like not thinking it like actually mattered. And I forget what brand he said, but he was like, Florida City orange juice. Make sure it's the most pulp possible. And I'm like, okay. Like thinking he's joking. And he's like, no, like a lot of pulp. And I'm like, do you want an orange? No, he just really loves pulp. But anyway, that's
so
his drink
weird.
of choice while he's busting his ass playing drums, sweating to rehydrate is a lot of pulp orange juice. I'm not judging. Maybe it's sick. Maybe that's the sauce to being the worst drummer I've ever recorded. Anyway, we get the demo in and we're gearing up to get ready. I'm like, yo, see what your chops are like. Go ahead, start ripping that kit. And he starts hitting really freaking hard, which usually is a really good thing. But there's a difference between hitting hard and precise and just like caveman beating the cymbal. Like they owe you orange juice. And as soon as he starts doing that, I'm like, well, there goes my cymbals. At least he's hitting hard. At least it'll be easy to edit. There's one thing I can tell when he's playing the drums, he doesn't have chops. For example, there's something in editing, like if you're, you know, human and going in and out of time slightly, but your groove is good, easy to edit. I can make it sound sick no matter what, even if you're not hitting. But if your limbs are not connected seemingly to the same brain and you're hitting the cymbal 1, 4, kick is on 1 and 3, snares on 2 and 4.
Yikes.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? If you're hitting anything at any time other than 1, 2, 3, 4, disconnected from your other limb, not editable. But what happens when I try to move the kick onto beat and your cymbal is hitting an 8th note early, half an 8th note early, a 16th early? I can sort of flam it, but your whole part is going to sound weird, the weird flams and the crossfades.
That's rough
and it's
already.
just really tough to make it work. But I knew this at 21 after recording tons of bad drummers because we were all just 20-year-olds. But as soon as he started doing that, I looked at my buddy in the band and I was like, yo, I think we should just program the drums. The dude couldn't hear me and he was like, yeah, just like bring it up to the drummer. Like nobody wants to be the bad guy to tell him that. He just set up, he just drank his orange juice, he's ready to go. So, you know, I have the conversation with him and I'm like, listen man, like I hear you playing, I love that you're hitting hard, but There's just a different level to recording drums that we need today, especially for this metalcore stuff with breakdowns and whatever. And I'm like, and I said, you know, you're paying for the session. I'm happy to grind it out with you, but it would be better serving for the song if maybe we could program the drums for now, record everything to that. You can practice. Especially if we make any changes to the song, you can practice it, really get it locked in, come back and just smash it out in one take. But again, you're setting up, it's totally your call and the band's call, you know, let them have a vote, hopefully to help me out, but nobody speaks up. Totally your call, like I'm happy to grind it out with you, but here's what I'm suggesting as your producer to try to help you write a good song so that you can make a living in music. Right? Pretty normal conversation to have with anybody who isn't like super studio savvy or doesn't record all the time. Doesn't mean you can't play, it just means studio recording is a different type of beast. In this case, this dude was not good at drums. I'm being nice. But yeah, he wasn't good. So, of course, he chose, I want to grind it out. I want to play the drums. I came here to play the drums. And I'm like, okay, let us do it. So, you do have a demo. With that in mind, I don't overly change anything. I don't overly push anything too creative that's going to get him out of demoitis world of what the song is, because I've seen people really clam up if they can't quickly learn a part or hang or have groove. You know, it's just more like I practice the song and I'm gonna go record it. So anyway, we go to start recording the drums. I start getting all the signals of everything. Everything sounds good. You know, as I'm like, hit the snare, it sounds good. It's the rack, it's my kit. I had it mic'd up already. I have my overheads. I have my treatment for the room. It's dialed. It's a small kit that I like cut the kick drum in half, but I really dialed it in so it sounds sick and it's easily triggerable and easily editable. So we go to start recording, and what's expected happens is me saying, do it again, rushing. Oh, try to just be more on the beat. You know, it's a struggle of a recording session, but that's not the part that makes him the worst drummer ever. What makes him the worst drummer ever, and as we're going through this drum recording, he has like little parts in the verse where it's rim clicks, but usually you do that on the snare, you do that on the rack, you know, like stick click sort of a thing, but he's doing it on my kick drum, and I'm watching the wood dust fly up into the air as he's doing it. The whole situation is just painful for me to.
Wait, what is this?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Ang mga latest news.
Oh shit! I think I escaped it. It's fine. I don't really want to finish that one. I was just. Ugh. Wait, what horror movie is this? It's Japanese? It really is. Valley Commanders. $300 rounds. What? Lobo is back. Oh yeah, I ran it. Nah, never mind. Let's see if I refresh it. John Joseph. Oh, Pierre Poilievre is here. Pierre Poilievre? I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Interesting, though. What's that bass? It's pretty sick, actually. What? That's crazy.
So, because there's two different birthdays, I just put down the rough that I suspect. So, I put down 80. So, somewhere in the decade of 1980.
Wait, I'm just gonna probably like play Fortnite and watch this video.
What I put down. Because that's the whole reason you're here, man. I don't know which one is the factual one.
Hey, yo.
You go into a business and their AI surveillance camera thinks it recognizes you as a trespasser. So that business handcuffs you and calls the cops.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
You show them your real ID, but they don't believe it. Instead, they believe the AI.
Wait.
This actually happened.
I have to mute my...
That's him. And it came up 100%. Okay. Yeah. So the software is saying it's legit. It won't be there long. Hopefully, once they've got it all figured out, then.
Bro, having to wait to figure out if it's right or wrong and you have to go to jail is crazy.
It's not built for comfort. It's not built for comfort, pal. Just gonna take your picture and then we'll get you next door and get you out of those cuffs. Alright, so step on those red footprints. She's gonna snap a picture of that, and then I'm gonna get a picture too. Just look up at the camera there.
That's insane.
This is yet another video showing the dangers of having our private data used against us, not just by the government, but by private corporations and AI. You have to stay on top of it 24/7 now. Fortunately, now we have software that fights back also 24/7. I recommend setting up an account with the sponsor of this video, Inc. He had a Peppermill player's card in his name, and he estimates that prior to that night, he had gambled hundreds of times at the Peppermill Casino without any incidents. He liked the Peppermill, especially the friendly dealers, the low table games, and the food. On September 17th, 2023, Jason
Interesting.
And that he was under arrest for trespassing. Jason was shocked. He protested, telling the guards that he was not M.E. Jason Killinger is a large man, weighing 285 pounds.
Yeah.
And for him, the handcuffs behind his back were extremely tight. It was extremely painful for him. It hurt his wrist, it hurt his shoulders. The Peppermill Casino telephoned the Reno Police Department to report that a man, M.E., a trespasser, had unlawfully returned to the casino.
Damn.
Officer Jaeger with the Reno Police Department arrives at the Peppermill Casino, now September 17th.
They did him dirty like that, huh?
The casino reported that their AI facial recognition software positively identified the man as
bro, my
M.E.,
teammates
a man
suck.
they had barred from the casino months earlier for sleeping on the premises.
Oh, they suck, dude.
But the Peppermill AI software was wrong. They had the wrong guy.
What is Peppermill AI soft?
So we got this CCTV alert, prior trespasser.
Okay.
Weird.
And, we made contact with the rest of him, and he claimed that wasn't him. And so we're just trying to Jaeger, right?
Yep. Killinger was relieved to see Officer Jaeger, thinking that he would straighten out this misidentification and have him released. Jason asked Jaeger if he could please get him out of the cuffs.
Can you please get me out of these cuffs now? Please, there's an officer of the law here. He's got a taser and a gun and all kinds of shit. Will you please get me out of these cuffs for a minute?
But Jaeger ignored him.
What's your name, sir?
Jason James Killinger. So what's the issue, you guys? Did he have a different driver's license or a secondary one, or has he got more property than just this one?
Just that, those effects right there, and that's it.
1 second, pal.
Officer Jaeger's body cam shows Jaeger holding Jason's driver's license with the Real ID Gold Star in his hand. Peppermill Security told Jaeger that Jason Killinger was a match to M.E., a guy who had already been trespassed from the property, and that the match was based on their facial recognition software.
you know, that's what we went off right there.
Yeah, and this is one of those things. You guys have this fancy software that does all this.
His license also came back as valid, showing that Jason Killinger had never been arrested before.
Bro, these people are
That is
stupid.
super weird. Do you see resemblance in those?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's super weird. So I have a feeling these are both the same guy, but he has different IDs.
Is this stupid?
That's crazy.
Jaeger, in talking to RPD outside the casino, said, "That's super weird. Do you see a resemblance?" And Jaeger explained his hunch that M.E. and Jason Killinger are actually the same person.
Because their software here, they have this facial recognition software here at the Peppermill, and came back as a 100% match for the character who was previously trespassed.
Yeah,
So this is definitely a weird one. So I have a feeling he's somehow making some fake identification or something, but I mean, if you're pulling them up, then they're legitimate.
Jaeger next telephoned his supervisor.
Hey, boss. I mean, the photos are different photos, but they look like the same exact guy. The only difference is one has a chin goatee. But,
Brother.
definitely super weird.
we're probably going to have to arrest him and do a fetch check.
Now, WINS is the Western Identification Network. It utilizes high-speed computer systems which digitize, store, and compare fingerprint data and images using sophisticated algorithms to exact unique characteristics from fingerprints and compare them with the database.
There's
It can
someone
search
here.
through millions of fingerprints within seconds. It enables law enforcement to identify unknown individuals between different agencies and jurisdictions.
I'm just letting you know, so I double-checked. So all of these driver's licenses are both valid. So either he is who he says he is, and he's not actually ever actually trespassed, which I doubt because their software's pretty cool. And
Your software's pretty cool.
Suspicious. Two, I just have a feeling somehow maybe he's got a hookup with the DMV where he's got two different driver's licenses that are registered with the Department of Motor Vehicles with different names and dates of birth.
This guy's dumb.
So I guess I'll arrest him on that and then just list him as a John Doe and then have him booked in for a wins check.
I guess.
Jaeger's supervisor did not ask Jaeger whether he had requested, looked at, or considered
On a
whether
guess,
Jason had
buddy.
any
That's
other forms
crazy
of
work.
ID to establish his identity. Jaeger's supervisor accepted Jaeger's absurd and preposterous feelings and hunch that M.E. and Jason were the same person with a, quote, DMV hookup who manufactured false IDs for him just in case he was ever caught trespassing so that he could evade arrest.
Cool. Yep. All right. Easy peasy. Thank you, sir. Bye. Thanks. All right. All righty. Well, that solves that.
What do you mean?
All righty. Get you guys sign a complaint.
On Officer Jaeger's return to the security office, he told Jason, "So right now I can't identify you. It's weird because essentially it looks like you have two different names."
Essentially, it looks like you have two names. I don't know, man. So I can't identify you.
Wow, this cop is really stupid, bro.
So you can't be cited, then you are arrested. So
I'm arrested?
yep, I'm going to
jail?
Yep.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not a joker, man. So
I would sue the living shit out of that cop, dude.
and then they'll be able to discern your identity and what the mix-up is with this stuff.
But there was no mix-up. Jason consistently denied that he was anyone other than himself, other than the person he produced evidence to support that he was. That Jaeger refused to look at or consider Jason's evidence does not mean that there was a mix-up. It means it was far from clear that Jason was M.E. And before an arrest took place, more investigation was required.
If in your statement, can you indicate the software or whatever, how that, did you indicate that in there?
We usually don't, but you certainly can add that down the bottom.
If you don't mind, just kind of like, hey, we got a 100% match on our software indicating that this is this person, kind of detail whatever the software is. I'll be 100% honest. It could legitimately be you have a doppelganger running around, but they are strikingly similar and weird enough. Their their fancy AI technology that reads faces. No, it says it's a 100% match.
Wow, this cop is dumb,
Human
bro.
brain looking at two different driver's licenses.
Can you look at the signatures?
Signatures are different because they're different names. So.
Can you look at the endorsements?
They're different endorsements.
Let me ask you this. What's it going to take to prove to you that that is not me?
Unfortunately, you got to go to the jail. They'll run your fingerprints, and then that's the way to determine it, man.
Jason knew that as a feeder driver for UPS, he had unique endorsements on his ID, permitting him to haul double and triple trailers. Jaeger looked at both licenses and confirmed that Jason had those special endorsements, while ME did not have them. Yet Jaeger disregarded it. He didn't want to look at any facts.
Please tell me the cop got sued.
Did not conform to his belief that ME and Jason were the same person. In Officer Jaeger's mind, there was no reason to confuse his belief with contradictory facts.
When they find out that it's not me, then what happens?
Then, once they find out it's not you, then that's something else. That's an issue you guys can bring up with them civilly if that's an issue. But at this point, our hands are tied because, you know, a reasonable and prudent person would, based off the software, based off the pictures, based off even your driver's license picture, make the reasonable conclusion.
This cop is dumb as fuck, bro. How is he alive as a person?
I have all the endorsements except for motorcycle and hazmat.
Okay.
Other than that, I got all the endorsements.
But that's the thing is
his a CDL?
So that's the thing is it's either someone else is using your stuff or you're using somebody else's stuff, and unfortunately you look too much like the guy in that picture, so much so that the fancy computer that does all the face scanning of everybody who walks in this casino makes the same determination that my feeble human brain does. So
ME does not have a commercial driver's license, and Jason does. ME has a Class C driver's license, while Jason has a Class A. The restrictions on both driver's licenses are different. ME has no endorsements, while Jason has multiple endorsements, permitting him to drive tankers, passengers, school buses, double and triple trailers. ME is 5 years older than Jason. ME has hazel eyes, while Jason has blue eyes. ME weighs 50 pounds less than Jason. Their signatures are different. Officer Jaeger in no time asked Jason what other forms of ID he might have on his person or in his vehicle. Officer Jaeger did not explore or investigate anything that Jason said.
turn around. There we go. Actually, you know what? Go ahead and stand up right next to this thing.
Should be legal to fire that guy.
The one on there, the one that we trespassed him under was 5'9".
And what am I here?
5'9".
Alright, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, no, was that 5'9" or that?
Take his shoes off.
Yeah. It's closer to that than the 6. Alright, yeah, go ahead and separate your feet for me.
I can't believe I'm going to this. All I want to do is play some goddamn dice and make some money.
Officer Jaeger removed the peppermill handcuffs and he put on his RPD handcuffs. Jason again mentions the pain of the handcuffs.
Can I have a little bit of a
Unfortunately, you're not. No.
Officer, it's super weird.
You're good? Yeah, I'm good. Super weird. Super weird.
Is that him?
It's the exact same guy.
Did he get a name change?
He says, I mean, the name and date of birth and all that stuff are different.
He swears up and down he doesn't know who Michael
But this is in their software, you know how their software works, 100% match that he is this guy.
Dude, this cop is...
This poor guy might legitimately be somebody else. I don't know. It's a freaking weird call.
Because this poor guy might be, like, legitimately somebody else, and someone else, I don't know. Like, it's a freaking weird call. Just trespassing, yeah.
He's dumb as rocks, bro. I'm gonna lie. Hold on, I gotta lock in a little bit. I gotta lock in a little bit. My homie's dying. Oh, I got him. Nice. All right.
You're good back there, man? All buckled in? All right. Sorry. You've never been arrested before, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, in this situation, that's one of those things that would have possibly helped, because then it would have had like other identifiers of you on file. I'll be honest, I don't know what to think, because usually those systems...
He doesn't have a brain, that's why he can't think, bro.
We've used those systems in the past to catch homicide suspects.
Sure.
So like, they're fairly reliable, so if it comes back, you know, one angle on your face, it was 99%, the other one was 100%.
Is that right?
Yeah, so it's like, it says that you're that guy.
Well, unless I've gone crazy, I'm pretty sure it's not me.
Yeah.
I just want out of these cuffs. My arm is killing me. That's all I want. I won't give you a hard time. I didn't give them a hard time.
I appreciate it. Honestly, once we get you out of, get you up there, if it turns out that you are Killinger, right?
Yes, that's right.
If that's who you are, and you're not this person that was trespassed, then you could just be like, yeah, this is a weird thing. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to give you legal advice, but
I already know what I'm going to do legally.
That could be your thing to talk to them about.
Can we jump on the freeway so we can get there quicker?
Absolutely, that's my plan.
I asked them guys back there for a break in the handcuffs, you know?
Unfortunately, I can't.
No, I know, but that young kid in there, I'm sorry, sir, we cannot do that like a robot, you know? And I'm like, dude, I looked at him, I told him, I said, listen, I'm just asking you to think for yourself. Like, you gave me a break in the wall. I didn't make any aggressive moves towards you guys. Like, you know, I'm pissed. I'm not happy I'm in the situation I'm in, so I'm not going to be nice to you. But I'm not going to make this any worse, you know. And they let me have a break in them. But then after that, I had to use the bathroom excuse, you know. Just to get a break out of the... cuffs. My shoulders hurt. That's the problem.
Dude, my shoulders are killing me.
It's one of those ones.
You don't have to put a social, but I do need a date of birth, just like a guess. At least like a guess on the year. You can really put like
So we have-
January 1st of how old you think he is.
We have two different dates of birth as the issue. So
You can just put one, and when we find out who he is, we'll change it.
there we go. That's something. Huh? I know. She's gonna review the paperwork. So because there's two different birthdays, I just put.
Hold on. What the fuck? Where'd that come from? Oh, we're gonna die.
Put down the rough here that I suspect. So I put down 80. So somewhere in the decade of 1980, what I put down. Because that's the whole reason you're here, man. I don't know which one is the factual one. So just gonna take your picture, and then we'll get you next door and get you out of those cuffs. Alright, so just step on those red footprints. She's gonna snap a picture.
I'm gonna die.
All because some asshole that looks like me was sleeping in the casino. It's not me.
I'm dead, dude.
Should I go over there since you need space for the wrap? Yeah. See, that's that wrap thing I was trespassed under.
While Jason Killinger remained at the jail, the fingerprint analysis conclusively established that he was in fact Jason Killinger, that he was not ME or anyone else. While at the jail, Killinger's name on his arrest papers was changed from John Doe to Jason Killinger. So now Jason Killinger would be prosecuted for trespassing as Jason Killinger, not as John Doe.
Bro.
One of those ones where it's like it might be a legit double. doppelganger situation.
Until this incident, Jason Killinger had never been arrested for anything.
Look, man. That's weird. It's super weird.
Are they all dumb?
So it's one of those ones like
These are your cops, dude. Jesus Christ, get a different job. Work at a farm or something.
I genuinely.
If these are your cops, dude, you're fucked.
But it's one of those ones like their software. They're like, no, like every picture that was 98, and then the front on face was 100% match for the guy they.
I love the Pokemon and the security. They have like all these old retired FBI guys.
He legit has 2 IDs.
However, based on Officer Jager's fabricated arrest records, Jason Killinger's prosecution would continue.
I just realized for eye color. Okay.
I guess. I mean, Hazel's more closer to a mixture of.
Oh my god, these cops are dumb. These guys are dumb.
Gazing that deep into his eyes.
Whoa.
On September 18th, 2023, the Reno Municipal Court opened its register of actions. Since Jason Killinger had been positively ID'd as Jason Killinger and not John Doe and not M.E., he was charged as Jason Killinger with trespassing. But no one by the name of Jason Killinger had ever been trespassed from anywhere. That Jason was this individual who was allowed to have valid driver's licenses. The fact is, had criminal record reasonable to rely on solely facial recognition software. Jason was taken to jail not because he had trespassed, but only because Officer Jager believed that he was M.E. who had been trespassed. Officer Jager unreasonably
That's good then.
relied solely on the inaccurate Peppermill facial recognition software, wildly known to be inaccurate.
The Peppermill Casino is stupid as fuck, dude. They should get the cop fired. They should get the security software sued.
Accurate by police departments across the country and not used for criminal investigations without other proof of.
I want to see this. Hold on. I'm gonna get water real quick. This is pissing me off a little bit though. Hold on. Let's watch this one.
What?
It's gonna piss me off again.
What else to say?
You ought to know better.
So, I will bite my tongue on that response, sir.
Yeah.
This police officer's ego just cost the taxpayers of his county $80,000. He saw a man videoing him from a distance and he just couldn't deal with it.
He's videotaping us. I'll be in contact. Hi, how are you?
Good.
Everything okay?
Yep. Can I get your name and badge number?
For what?
So I know who I'm making a complaint against.
For what?
For speeding.
That man was actually also a police officer and had a very good reason to be videoing this deputy. But because of his ego or perhaps ignorance, this deputy abused his authority.
So I wanted to film hypocrisy at its finest.
Okay.
So.
Okay. License, registration, proof insurance.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Because now you're in.
No, I'm doing nothing.
Retaliated against the man, arrested him, and placed him in the back of a police car. But within 20 minutes, the man would be out of handcuffs, out of the police car, and receiving an apology. So what changed? He was just video recording?
And then when I was asking,
Did he walk up to your stop?
No. But then
You don't have to start.
Am I free to go?
Well, I'll see you in court. Okay, sir. Have a great day. Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
What the hell did he just say?
He said I'm a f***ing idiot and to see me in court. And then grabbed his balls and put me off.
In order to investigate civil rights abuses that happen all over the
Oh,
country,
dude.
I frequently find myself having to communicate with all sorts of different people, some of whom speak different languages. Here's the best way that I've found to do it. Public in danger. As a reserve police officer, this is something that he cared about. Reserve officers in Colorado are often volunteer officers with full powers, just like any other police officer, but who work during parades and traffic control.
So Barry Zatkalik, he is a former Denver Reserve police officer, which is an interesting factor in this case. That means that he previously volunteered as a police officer, but was on duty with sort of, lower level police duties. So he's been trained. He's gone through the police academy and learned his constitutional rights, learned how officers should behave in these situations, and that was why he knew so confidently that his rights were being violated by Officer Berlinski.
So he decided to do something about it. A short distance down the highway, Zatkalik noticed that the deputy had a car pulled over on the side of the road. How did he end up encountering Berlinski that day?
Barry was driving down a highway and he saw an officer in a police vehicle without sirens or lights on, speeding. And he thought, driving aggressively and recklessly down the road. So he tried to start filming the officer as he was driving to catch his reckless driving. The officer sped past him. He then, a little further down the road, sees that same officer, had pulled someone over for a traffic stop. And so Mr. Zatkalik parks his car far ahead in front of this traffic stop, well out of the way, on the side of the road, and it's filming the traffic stop as it's happening. And the officer, as he finishes the traffic stop, you can see this on body cam, he sees that he's being filmed by this other car and approaches to ask Mr. Zatkalik what's going on.
He began filming video footage of Deputy Berlinski from a distance, staying within his vehicle.
Who's that other car?
No idea.
Who's this car?
No idea.
All right, here's that. Here's that.
If I pay the fine or not.
Yep. All right, please don't do that. Everything okay, sir? We're in 37. The other vehicle is 259 Queen Zebra George. 259 Queen Zebra George.
I didn't know who both of those were. I was wondering what they were doing.
All right, slow down.
Yep.
Don't do that, please.
Thank you, guys.
Copy. Please videotaping us. You're good. He's videotaping us. I'll be in contact.
In doing this, he was doing nothing illegal. In fact, quite the opposite. In making the decision to video Deputy Berlinski from a safe distance while not otherwise interfering with his traffic stop, for the purposes of documenting and identifying a police officer whom Barry believed to be acting inappropriately and in an unsafe manner. For the purposes of making a complaint against him, Barry was actually exercising his First Amendment rights. The First Amendment protects criticisms of the police, a right which Barry was exercising. As you will see, oftentimes police officers either fail or refuse to understand that, and then they let their egos or a power trip get the better of them, and they retaliate, thereby violating the First Amendment. After noticing that Barry was filming him, the deputy, Walter Berlinski, approached him. Barry immediately asks Berlinski for his name and badge number so that he would know who he was complaining against.
Can't move.
How are you? Good. Everything okay?
What's going on?
Can I get your name and badge number?
For what?
What?
For what? What do you need?
So I know who I'm making a complaint against.
For what?
For speeding.
Speeding?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have you recorded doing 80 miles an hour in a 65-mile-an-hour zone. Okay. No headlights, no sirens, nonchalantly. Apparently you drive like that all the time. So I wanted to film hypocrisy at its finest.
Okay.
And then after disclosing to the deputy that he had planned to file a complaint against him for speeding, the deputy then demanded that Barry turn over his license, registration, and proof of insurance. However, also being a police officer, Barry knew that the deputy had no right to detain him and demand his documentation.
So.
Okay. License, registration, proof of insurance.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Because now you're in.
No, I'm doing nothing. If you're gonna start this shit, you get your sergeant over here.
License,
Get your sergeant over here. Get your sergeant over here. Get your sergeant over here.
License?
No, I ain't giving you shit.
After the deputy demanded his license, insurance, and registration, even though he had not been stopped for a traffic violation, Barry refused and instead demanded that Deputy Berlinski call his supervisor.
Well,
Get your sergeant over here.
You pulled over on a traffic stop, so you had to.
I didn't pull over on your traffic stop.
Yes, you did.
I pulled over here because I had to answer my phone.
No.
Yeah,
License?
that's exactly why. You're not getting shit from me. If you're going to keep this up, get your sergeant out here.
License, registration,
You ain't getting shit from me.
Mr. Zakalik asks for the officer's name and badge number so that he can report him to the sheriff's office for speeding, and that prompts the officer to respond by asking for Mr. Zakalik's license and registration and insurance. Mr. Zakalik knows that he hasn't done anything wrong, and so he refuses. He says, "No, we're not doing that. If that's the way you're gonna do this, if you're gonna start investigating me for something in retaliation to me asking for your name and badge number, then you need to get a supervisor here."
He didn't want.
Escalates because, of course, Officer Berlinski doesn't like that, and he
He's
ends
so
up arresting
stupid, bro.
him, putting him in handcuffs, placing him in the back of his police vehicle.
Hey,
You ain't getting shit from me.
Then now you're obstructing and
No, I'm
taking
not.
you to jail.
Obstruction is a physical.
No, it's not.
Look, dude, you better get your fucking sergeant out here,
Now
okay?
you're verbally assaulting
Get your
me.
sergeant out here.
License, registration,
Hey,
proof of
I
insurance.
can do that. I can tell you to off. That's the First Amendment. If you got a problem, get your sergeant out
License,
here.
registration,
You
proof
ain't
of
getting shit from me. Get your sergeant out here.
Okay.
I'm asking for your sergeant for the last time.
And I'm asking
Get
for
your sergeant out
No.
here. Well, you ain't
License-
getting my shit.
License,
You ain't
registration-
getting my shit.
License,
You ain't
registration-
getting nothing.
Berlinski ignored the request for a supervisor. He threatened Barry with a taser, he handcuffed him, and then he arrested him for the alleged crime of obstruction.
Oh, God.
We'll arrest you for obstruction.
You do that, buddy, and I'll sue the out of Adams
Step out.
County.
Step out.
Got it.
Step out.
You better get a. I want a sergeant here.
Step out.
I want a fucking sergeant
Step
here.
out, and you're gonna get tased.
Come to get paid.
Just as Barry was free to video Deputy Berlinski from a safe distance because it's a free country, right? So was Deputy Berlinski free to approach Barry and engage him with conversation in what the courts classify as a so-called consensual encounter. There are three types of police-citizen encounters. Consensual encounters, which in theory do not implicate the Fourth Amendment at all, so not a search or seizure, not a detainment, because, at least in theory, the citizen is at all times free to go. Not that the officer has any obligation to inform the individual of that right. Just because a police officer is talking to a person, even if as part of an investigation, and actually especially as part of an investigation, since so-called consensual encounters are widely recognized as an important investigatory tool for law enforcement. That does not make the interaction a detainment. Many times there are gray areas where the suspect thinks he has no choice but to engage with the officer to answer his questions or to provide him information or documentation such as ID, but where he isn't actually legally required to do so. This is what cops don't want people to know. The courts have said that police officers have no obligation to inform suspects of their right not to participate in these so-called consensual encounters. In fact, they rely on people's ignorance of their constitutional rights in order to trick them into incriminating themselves when they didn't have to. Then when they get criminally charged and they complain to the judge that they were forced to participate in this, the judge will just say that it was consensual. You weren't being detained, you weren't in handcuffs, you weren't held at gunpoint, or told that you were not free to leave, and so on. Police may approach a suspect in a consensual encounter and ask for ID or other information, but he is free to refuse and walk away, or drive away in this case, unless he is detained, which requires reasonable suspicion. For this reason, in any encounter with the police, a suspect should always seek clarity by asking the officer, "Am I free to go?" If the answer is yes, he has no obligation to provide ID or remain. You generally don't want to play this consensual encounter game. You want to move on with your life. If you can go, go. If you can't, now the officer has admitted that, and the Fourth Amendment is implicated, and no judge can deny that, assuming that this conversation is recorded in some way. So at that point, in order to continue the encounter, it has to be a justified detention, often called a Terry stop. And for that to be lawful, there must exist a reasonable suspicion that can be objectively articulated. So many of them involve situations where no crime has been committed, or where the officer is just
love this
that
knife.
somebody was critical of him. And then the situation just escalates based on an ego or power trip. So many of these could be avoided if cops could just relax and remember that they're supposed to be serving the public rather than their own egos. Maybe just take a step back and consider these questions. Is this a consensual encounter? If not, what? And instead charged a full legal warrantless arrest.
What do you have? Just gonna secure that in here, okay? Do you have a CCW? Yes, I do. Yeah, he's a Denver cop. Or he's a Denver cop.
And I know my rights too, buddy.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Want to get me out of the road here so I don't get run over?
Thank you for being compliant. Greatly appreciated. Not a problem. Let me just check your hat real quick. Alrighty, sir.
He placed him in the rear of a police cruiser, handcuffed behind his back. Meanwhile, other deputies, including Deputy Berlinski's supervisor, arrive at the scene. The body cam showed Deputy Berlinski explaining the situation to those other deputies.
He said I was doing 85 and a 65, and he's just recording hypocrisy at its best. So then I asked him for his license registration because he pulled up on my traffic stop. So I was dealing with him second, and he wouldn't give it to me because he's a Denver cop and he knows his law, his rights.
Is he retired?
I don't know. I didn't even see. I just saw he was a Denver cop.
Denver Reserve.
And those officers told him that there was no probable cause to arrest Barry for the crime of obstruction.
Other officers arrive on scene as backup. His supervisors show up, and you can see on body cam footage that they're asking about his probable cause for arresting Mr. Zakalik. He says he's arresting him for obstruction. The supervisor asks, "Did he come towards you while you were doing your traffic stop?" And he says no. And he says, "Then you don't have obstruction."
So,
Bruh.
how exactly did he?
He's so fucked. Love it.
That's what we gotta clarify.
Well, I'm trying to get it. He came up here. If in all honesty, I should have contacted him sooner, but I didn't. I waited for my traffic stop, so I contacted him. He's video recording me, so I was asking for all of his information. He was like, he's not giving it to me. He wanted a supervisor.
He was just video recording?
And then when I was asking,
Did he walk up to your stop?
No. But then
You don't have obstruction?
But when I was trying to get his information here,
Yeah. Right.
he wouldn't give me his information here. He wouldn't identify himself here.
Berlinski actually admitted to the other deputies that his arrest was weak.
It's weak.
Yeah.
It's very weak, but and I can care less that I say it on the camera.
But, 137, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no, so, and I asked him to step out, and he stepped out lawfully, just wouldn't identify himself. It's weak, but I got it.
Okay.
And this is Detective Sergeant Eric Brodheim, the head supervisor over Deputy Berlinski. He arrives at the scene after Barry is already handcuffed inside the police car. He takes it upon himself to open the door and have his own conversation with Barry to learn Barry's side of the story.
I'm driving down 85. I'm leaving Brighton. I'm on my way to the Ford dealership to get my core back on the starter. Okay. I'm doing 65. This guy passes me, and I look at my thing, and I'm doing the speed limit. And he passed me, I mean, pretty aggressively. So I started to go to catch up to him because I wanted to pace him to see how fast he was going. He was going about 80 miles an hour. I recorded it. Okay. I recorded pacing him and then a picture of my. So anyway, he just. I mean, he just, like I said, he just passed me and he disappeared. Okay. So my intention was, I've got this on video. I was gonna call the station and complain.
Get a hold of me.
Yeah, whoever.
Essentially, that's what it come to.
Right. So I had no idea where he went, but I turned on 104th to go to the Ford dealership, and he had somebody pulled over, and right at the same time my phone rang. So I noticed that it was the same guy, and I thought, boy, isn't that something if he's given whoever he pulled over a ticket for speeding? So I
Bro, he got
just
caught.
sat there, and I put my phone out the window to record, so that I could get a picture of the guy. And then I just sat in my car, and after he wrote the guy a ticket and let him go, then he came up to me and he said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "No." I said, "Can I get your name and badge number?" And he said, "What for?" And I said, "Because you were speeding on Highway 85. "Oh yeah?" I said, "Yeah, you were doing 80 in a 65. No lights, no sirens, no nothing, and I could tell that you were just your casual driving. Give me your driver's license, insurance, and proof of insurance." I said, "I'm not giving you my information." He said, "Give me your stuff or I'll get you for obstruction." I said, "You didn't pull me over. I don't have to give you my driver's license. You didn't pull me over."
Right. So
then he opened my car, yanked
Whoa.
me out, handcuffed me, and here I sit. And I told him, "I want a sergeant. You have no fucking right to do this." And that officer that's going up to my van right now admitted it. He said, "Yes, you shouldn't be."
That deputy's right there. He's right there with you.
So I'd like these handcuffs off. I'd like to be going. I'd like that guy's information, and I'd like to go on my way here.
That's gonna happen. So.
And I want an apology from that guy.
Eventually, after Barry sat in the police car for about 20 minutes, an Adams County Sheriff's Office supervisor arrives on the scene and apologized to him for this bad arrest.
The other officers on scene know that Officer Berlinski does not have probable cause to arrest Mr. Zakalik. Mr. Zakalik ends up being released about 20 minutes later, and the other officers actually apologize to him for violating his rights.
"It will be handled, I'm sorry," the supervisor said on the body cam video. "I will apologize for the sheriff's office."
I'll handle it. It'll be taken care of, I promise you that. I'm not gonna it's not gonna just go away.
Okay.
It will be handled. I'm sorry, I will apologize for the sheriff's office. I'm sorry it happened, it shouldn't have happened.
It's not against the law to pull to the side of the road. It's not against the
Am I free to go?
Enjoy your day, sir.
You said I'm a fucking idiot?
At the same time as you have it on camera.
Yes.
He's a Trump supporter.
Doesn't matter, buddy.
But, stay further away, especially if he's an off-duty cop, really. That's stupid.
He is?
He's a fucking Denver Reserve. He comes and does this bullshit because he was speeding.
So afterwards, Barry's civil rights attorneys send the county attorney a legal letter announcing their intent to sue the sheriff's office and the county in May of this year. Since then, the parties reached a pre-lawsuit settlement in the amount of $80,000. At the end of the day, the ego/ignorance of Deputy Walter Berlinski resulted in the payment of $80 grand to the victim. Berlinski most likely paid zero of that. He's probably still on the payroll in Adams County. And why? It's completely irrational. If you work at a fast food restaurant and you cost your employer $80 grand just because you wanted to flex your ego, you'd be out looking for another job pretty much immediately. But for some irrational reason, we allow police officers to do just the opposite. And then people are surprised when things like this continues to happen again.
Disciplinary records only.
According to local news reports, this isn't Deputy Berlinski's first time violating the law.
Well, it turns out Deputy Berlinski was arrested for drunk driving in 2019 and pleaded guilty to driving while ability impaired. He actually kept his deputy job. We asked if he was disciplined for this traffic stop. The Sheriff's Department says this was investigated, but they refused to release results of that investigation or disclose any discipline.
So why is he still there then?
Okay, guys,
the fact is that he will be there until the public demands accountability. And if these are your public servants, I'll leave the relevant contact information below.
I think this case is just really important for regular people out there to understand that you still have First Amendment rights, you still have rights to not be arrested in retaliation to your protected activity.
That's crazy.
If you are arrested or if you are retaliated against by police, there's something you can do about it. We still have a constitution that still protects your rights, and you still have the right to sue. I think that's really important in this day and age where it feels like the First Amendment is under attack. We still do have a constitution, and it still is something you can sue. If your rights have been violated, you can still sue under the Constitution.
Also, let me know in a comment what you think. Is $80,000 appropriate? Too much? Too little? Again, the only thing that government fears is negative public exposure. Government is the bad apple. Remember that. So help me spread that fact by subscribing both here and at the...
All right, guys. I gotta prepare and rest up. I have a rehearsal. I'm going out to celebrate my birthday tonight, right now. And I'm gonna have rehearsals later. So I'll see you soon. Thank you.